Welcome to Creating with Commands. I am Dark Knight, an amateur map creator who has made multiple maps in the past. While I am not an expert, I do know a lot of tips and tricks on how to use commands and other map creator tools to greatly improve the map making process. I wish to share what I know in an easily digestible manner. This is the second episode of my Creating with Commands series, and I will either assume that you've seen the previous episode or that you understand how to format a command. Today we are covering what the different commands are, what the different command modes, impulse, chain, and repeat are, what the difference between an unconditional and conditional command is, what it means to require redstone, how to properly format a command function with multiple words, and how the different modes can work in tandem with one another. Timestamps to each section are in the description down below. Command blocks, put simply, are blocks that run commands for you automatically. This makes it so little to no player input is needed to make games run correctly. Command blocks have three main colors that represent their different modes. This is the impulse command block. This is a chain command block. And this is a repeating command. Understanding the different modes is important for making commands work together properly. First thing we're going to cover is the impulse command block. The impulse command is the most basic one. By default, the impulse command will need a redstone signal, as shown here. A redstone signal can be many things, including a button, or a redstone torch, or a redstone block, or anything that emits a redstone signal. Once the impulse command block has detected a redstone impulse, it will do the command that you have programmed it to do. For example, if I were to tell this command block to summon a zombie, and then I gave it a button, and then I press the button, and it will create a zombie. The chain command block will detect that a previous command has been activated. Once the chain command detects this previous command, it will activate its own command that it has been programmed. Let's say I decided I wanted to make a button that summons 3 creepers. Well, firstly, I would have to get a command for each creeper for each block. Once you have made each command block do a function, once I press this button, it will ride the chain of commands across this way. So if I press the button, I get a creeper for every command block. This is useful because if you want one redstone pulse to do multiple different commands, it is as simple as putting one impulse command and then a chain following in front of it. Or, as another example, I could want to give players a set of armor and weapons. So, to do this, I would have to program each command block and give each an item. So to give myself items, I will use the give command, and then I will put @p for the nearest player, as displayed here, and then I will do the item I want them to get. Let's say an iron chest plate. Another important note, if the item name has a space in it, like the iron chest plate, I need to type an underscore so that the command doesn't think I'm trying to type the next part of the command in the sequence. This applies to every command. If your item has spaces in between the words, like diamond shovel, underscore shovel, or cooked beef, or acacia stairs, you will always need to put an underscore between the spaces so that it does not get confused and think you are talking about the next sequence in the command. For example, if I did /give myself a diamond, and then I did a space instead of underscore, sword, it thinks I'm trying to tell it the amount of diamonds I'm trying to get. And the command will go and give you an error. So to fix this, simply put an underscore. So again, give @p iron chest plate. Now, give @p nearest player iron leggings. Give @p iron boots, and give @p iron helmet. And lastly, give at p iron underscore sword. Now here is an error that you want to avoid. So when I press this button, it only gives me the iron chestplate and leggings, even though we clearly asked for boots and a helmet and a sword. Why is that? Well, I'll show you. If you look in here, it says in the chain command that it needs redstone. Needs redstone. Needs redstone in this redstone condition down here. You need to change this to always active. This way, it doesn't need to have a redstone pulse activated. The impulse command block will receive the redstone signal, then tell the rest of the chain commands to activate as well. If I were to leave needs redstone turned on, then the rest of these commands in this chain will not activate unless powered by redstone. So we'll simply make it so that these chain commands do not need redstone. Now when I press the button, I will receive all of my items. Next up is the repeating command block. Whatever you tell the repeating command to do, it will do it repeatedly. For example, if I programmed it to summon creepers, it will do them endlessly until I destroy it or turn it off. Summon creeper. Turn off needing redstone. And then turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. That's a lot of creepers. Now, another distinction that you can make when programming a block is, especially for the chain command, this condition tab here. You can choose if it is an unconditional command or a conditional command. This will tell this command block to only activate if the previous command is successful. This is excellent if you want this chain command to only activate when the previous command does its proper function. There's a lot of use cases for the conditional commands. You can make it so if one thing happens, another thing happens. Cause and effect. Another thing I should mention, on the left, if you scroll down, you can see this delay in ticks. Delay in ticks is how many ticks it takes for the command to activate. Ticks are an in-game counter, and 20 ticks is 1 second. So if I made this 40, I had the command block say, "Yay, you win donuts." Now it'll say, "Yay, you win donuts." Oh, I messed it up. It'll say, "Yay, you win donuts," every 2 seconds. But if I did not have this delay, it would happen every single tick. So some commands that have to do with timing are good to use this delay in ticks. Let's say I wanted to give a player an apple anytime they got close to these command blocks. Well, if it's a conditional command, every second it will give me an apple just as I wanted. But if I made it a unconditional command, regardless of if I'm close, it will always give me an apple. So if I change it back to conditional, now it only gives it to me when I'm close, because this command is set to detect if I'm close. In later episodes, I'll show you different examples of how to utilize the conditional setting to your advantage to create different kinds of minigames. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to comment and like so that other people can find this video as well. That's all for today. See you later.